welcome back to another video on this channel, Rookie Year Soccer. I'm finally back after a period of time not making videos due to other university deadlines and things like that. But I'm so pleased to be back, and I've got loads of content to bring you over the next few weeks and beyond. We're going to be changing up the format of these videos, so they're going to be a little different to how I've done them before. We're going to go with a season and episode kind of basis. And we'll be covering two main things every single episode. We'll be doing a player performance of the week, where we talk about a player who played really well, and then their corresponding cards. And then we'll be breaking down one of the groups from Euro 2021. And from that analysis, we'll look at players who you can potentially invest in with a mind to how they might play at that tournament. So before we get into the video, if you do like the content that I make, please make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel so much. And yeah, let's get into the video. So the player performance of the week section of the video. Now, there's a number of good performances across Europe. For this particular video, I'm going to be picking Jadon Sancho, the left wing or right wing for Borussia Dortmund and England. Sancho registered a goal and an assist against Bundesliga rivals RB Leipzig. Now, whilst I could have picked Erling Haaland as well, who played exceptionally well, I wanted to pick Sancho because he's come under a lot of criticism recently, and I think he needs sort of to be stood up for, and he really showed his class in this game. He actually played really well in the previous game against Wolfsburg, where he also got a goal, but in this one, he was just a different class. I think the best player on the pitch. He showed excellent composure to finish a brilliant team move by Dortmund in the 55th minute, finished really, really well. Showed a lot of composure, as I said, to score. And then he delivered a beautifully weighted pass, or was more of a chip, into the box for Erling Haaland 15 minutes later for his Norwegian counterpart to score. So what cards does Sancho have, and how are they priced? Well, let's just look at his rookie cards for the sake of this video, because I think they're the best ones to invest in personally. He has a 2018-2019 Donruss rated rookie optic card. And he also has a Topps Chrome Bundesliga card as well from his rookie season, from the same season. At the moment, you can pick up his Donruss Optic Raw card for about £31. But interestingly, his PSA 9 of the same card is actually sold a few times around the £50 mark. So if we're looking at that, I think that people, you should go for his PSA 9. I think there's room to grow, definitely, for that. I think the gap between the Raw and the PSA 9 is a little close there. The cost of you grading a raw card, if you picked it up for £31 and then got it graded for what, £15 to £20, depending on what service you use and all that, and then you've got to wait months for it as well. Picking up a PSA 9 is a much better option here. It's not the only option, but I think that, pick up the PSA 9 where you can. So his Topps Chrome rookie, it's going for about £28, £30, so very similar price to the Donruss Optic card. But I think that the Optic card is a much better sort of investment if you're looking at flipping him nearer to the Euros or during the Euros. This is because if he plays well for England and he scores in the knockout rounds, or he gets an important goal, or just generally plays well and has more eyes on him, I think that investors, particularly new investors, are going to be wanting to pick him up in an England kit, because that's what they'll be familiar with him in. Sancho is also an incredibly explosive player. He's got a lot of potential for goals, assists, tricks, things like that. That's why I like him as an investment right now, because I think if he does play well during the Euros, he could be he could really be on show. He could be impressing audiences, and I think that people will generally flock to his cards. Now, speaking about the Euros, this brings me nicely on to section 2 of today's video. We're going to be breaking down Group A for the Euro 2021 tournament, obviously formerly the Euro 2020 tournament, which got postponed for a year. And this group, it's not a particularly strong group, but there is some interesting teams in it. Now, if you're unaware, Euro 2021, or the European Championships in general, follow a group stage and then a knockout format. So there's groups of 4 teams, they all play each other, and then the top 2 teams from each group will qualify for the knockout stages. Also, a few lucky teams who place 3rd in their group will go through as a best runner-up kind of thing. But yeah, after that it's a knockout, so whoever you play, it's just one leg, you knock them out. If you draw, it goes to penalties, until you get to the final, and then obviously whoever wins the final will win the tournament. So as I mentioned, today we're going to be looking at Group A of this tournament. Now this group contains Italy, Switzerland, Turkey and Wales. Now usually I would take the top 2 teams or predict the top 2 teams and tell you which cards that I think there could be investment value for, but today I'm only going to pick the winner of the group because I don't want to tell you cards that I don't genuinely think have some value to them, and I only think that one team here offers any value. So it might not be surprising, but I will pick Italy as my winner for this group. I think that they should get through relatively easily. They had an excellent qualifying campaign, and despite this, they've actually kind of gone under the radar, I think. Their campaign qualifying was so good. They scored 37 goals in 10 games. That's 3.7 goals scored per game, which is really, really fantastic. And they only conceded 4 goals as well, so their defense is looking watertight. Now, that figure of 37 goals might not mean a lot to you if you don't know about the Euro qualifying, but that's quite impressive considering France only scored 25 in their campaign. So 12 more goals than a very, very good French team is nothing to be sniffed at. So because of this goal scoring record, I thought it was only right to focus on an attacking player. Now, Italy does have a lot of good attacking players, but I'm going to focus on one in particular, and that is Juventus winger Federico Chiesa. Chiesa usually lines up in this team on the right-hand side of a front attacking 3, usually with Immobile and Insigne. But as I said, Italy's got a lot of attacking players who are very, very good. Who've been performing well. Vincenzo Grifo, not many people have heard of him, but he's been scoring quite a few goals recently for the national team. So there is rotation there, but Chiesa usually does play in the important games. Now, Chiesa is a good option, I think, because of 2 reasons. Firstly, he has played pretty well domestically this year, not outstandingly well. He's got 7 goals and assists in 11 games. But I think the more crucial thing here is that he appears in a very, very well recognised set, which is the Donruss rated rookie set, 2018-2019. And you can pick up his optic card for about £6. Now, although he's not been setting the world alight with his performances, I think that being in a set like the Donruss rated rookies is really important, because if he does sort of set alight the Euros, which he could do in an underrated Italian team, he could get a few goals, he could get a few assists, there could be potentially flipping value here. So I don't think that he's going to be worth heavily investing for the long term. I don't think that he's going to become a world-class player, I'll be honest. I really don't. I don't think he's shown enough. Maybe he'll prove me wrong, I don't know. I hope he does. But in terms of short-term flipping value, £6 for an optic, rated rookie, he starts playing well, he gets lots of hype on him. I think there could be really good potential for flips here. So Chiesa is my shout for the Italian team. Of course, I could talk about some Turkish players like Under, who plays for Leicester. He's a very talented player. Gareth Bale for Wales. Switzerland have a few players in there as well who are all right. But I think that out of all the teams, Italy, because of this rated rookie set that Chiesa's in, I think that they're the best shout. Please do remember that this is just my opinion. It's just based on what I've seen and what I think that could happen to players, what potential they might have, card prices, etc., all that sort of stuff. Please don't use it to solely inform your buying decisions, okay? It's not how you should do it. You should do research from multiple different sources and then decide for yourself. But I, at the same time, do believe that what I'm saying is valid or has validity in it. And I think that you can use it to help inform your decisions. So this video today is probably going to be a little shorter than the ones that I plan to make, just because I only picked one team from that Group A. There's other groups where there's a little bit more competition for who I think will win. So yeah, there'll be slightly longer videos and maybe a few more players we'll talk about, but we're starting off the season with a nice short video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please leave a like, as I said earlier, if you do enjoy my content, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps so much. We're getting very close to 300 subscribers now, which is really cool. And yeah, I'll be back very shortly with another video. Thanks for watching.